In this video, I want to share with you how I've had the same people reading my emails for 10 to 15 years. Yes, I've had people on my email list for that long, for over a decade, and still reading my emails, still purchasing from me. How did that happen? Wouldn't they get bored by now? Wouldn't they have gotten what they needed from my email list from now? And so I think it's something to discuss because it's a different way that I do email marketing than some other people. There are people who do email as I do as well. But one of the things that I figured out early on in email marketing, just naturally, just because it comes to me naturally to share about my life and who I am, what I do, how I do it. I'm sharing things that are values of mine, things like family, how important that is to me, and how it's the reason why built my business. Things like, quality time with other people, having friendships, um, even simple things like, enjoying peaceful time at the beach or having a good coffee at a coffee shop, things that I value. I value respect and honesty and being kind to others, right? So when I share these kinds of things in my email list, when I show who I am, that creates a relationship where people get to know me and they want to stick around. And people have stuck around for 10 to 15 years. In other videos I've shared, I have ADHD and I have tried so many different businesses, so many, right? I have had to learn you need to stick with something longer than, a year or two. And I had to learn that. And so now I do less of that. But in other years, I have gone to just completely off the charts, different kinds of businesses, and people still stayed on my list. I still talked about business, so it was still relevant to the thing that they signed up for because I'd been talking about marketing or laptop lifestyle or lifestyle freedom. So I always kept it relevant, but I changed a lot and I changed directions into directions that people on my list may not have wanted to go or couldn't relate to, but they still stayed on my list because they liked me. They connected with my core values. And that's something I talk about in a lot of my training because if you are speaking to people on core values, then they are connecting with that more than like, if I only talked about email marketing and gave you all kinds of great tips, which I do intend to also do. But if I only talked about that, you might only be here for email marketing. You might not feel like you know who I am or anything about me. And that, is great if all you want is email marketing. Sometimes people want to get to know the person they're buying from as a person so that they can feel that they can relate to them and have something similar to what they have or create something of their own, but by learning from someone who is similar to them, right? So by doing that, I have a lot of people on my list who stay. And they stay because they're like, I wonder what Angela's up to. I wonder what Angela can teach me, what she's sharing that's valuable that I can apply to my business or my life. And so if you're able to do that, I call it core message marketing. That's like a course I've created with that name. And I also teach it in as a fundamental piece of my other courses as well, because I just think business is better when you connect at the level of values. So I hope that's helpful to you. You could start applying it to your next email, sharing what you value, applying it to what you are offering or what you're sharing in that email. I recommend you do offer almost every email, make an offer because people are going to pay either with their time or with their money. If they're paying with both their time and their money, they want to. So there's going to be people who don't necessarily want to spend as much time and they have money to spend. They want to buy your course or get your coaching or get that VIP day like I offer that moves them forward faster. So make sure you're getting those offers out in your emails, and that will help people understand what you can do, how you can help them. That's another way to be of value to them. And then again, sharing those core values will help them feel connected to you. I hope that helps. If you want to learn more about email marketing, I do have the One Email a Day Masterclass. You can check that out in my description. And yeah, more tips about business and email marketing coming in more videos as I create them. Talk to you later.